When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Good morning, Mount Gilead. This is Tom Pye, the harness guy, live from Mount Gilead, Morrow County Fair. Beautiful, beautiful day. 60 degrees. There is one cloud in the sky, but what a nice day. Bright sunshine. I'm here with Steve Taylor, our cameraman, and we have a great card of 8 races. It's going to be starting here at 11 a.m. sharp. Today's format, we have daily double, or first and second race, and exacta races on the other 8. We start out with an Ohio Fair Racing Conference. We'll be coming out in the post-parade shortly. Our announcer is Ayers Ratliff. And we have first race, our 2-year-old colt trot. There are 5 in it, 5 horses. The purse for this one race is $13,360. Everyone gets a check. Everyone goes home happy. But yesterday we had a great card of racing. We had the average time was probably about 2:03, but there was a mile. The free-for-all pace went 158 and 158 and 3. So I don't know if we'll do that today. We might. We got some great racing, as I said. We have a crowd slowly filtering in here. Our passport for the fair racing, we're getting so many people coming up here, they're going to have a couple of ICE agents up here to keep track of us, because they got people coming up and handing out there. It's a great promotion. You get all the stickers that you can get at the end of the year, or be awarded the ones who has the most. Great prize package. This year's prize package was a big, huge color TV and flat screen. Also, 2 days at the Little Brown Jug in the hospitality tent, which is a real nice venue, as they call it. Might as well go over the first race as we're sitting here, as we do have a driver change on number 1. Victory's gunner is Dan Veneer, will be driving. Gunner is a 2-year-old colt, 2-year-old gelding by In Range out of Vicky's sister by Victory Sam. I got 4 starts this year, has hit the board once. He was 3rd. Last week made a break. Stay flat. He made 3 breaks out of 4 starts. Time he did start from the 6-hole, he finished 3rd, trotted in 2:12 and 4. Norm Robbins is the trainer. Susan Irene and Norman Roberts of Republic, Ohio, are the owners. Number two is Got the Money, Honey. Rosie Weaver trainee. It's a 2-year-old gelding by Ready for Money out of Ariella by Donato Hanover. Rosie Weaver, trainer, part owner, Heartland Acres, and Cabby Hudson and Jury of Bucyrus owner. Drew Neal is in the sulky. 8 starts, 3 wins. 1/3, $14,846 on a card mark of Napoleon 2, 5, and 2. Got the Money Honey made a break last week, but last week took a mark up there at Napoleon 2, 5, and 2. Drew Neal was in the sulky. That was the first time he drove her, I think. Number 3 is Wisco Tax Collector. Manny Miller in the sulky. Herman Hageman is a trainer. Hageman Stable Racing is the Mount Vernon is the owner. This is a 2-year-old gelding by What the Hill out of Passport to Love by Yankee Glide. 10 starts this year, 1 win, 3 seconds. Mark of Gilead of 2, 10, and 2. He has 12,893 on the card. Shows 2 breaks in a row. Caution, Will Robinson. Caution. This is did trot in 2, 8, and 2 3 weeks ago at Croton. Number 4 is 314. This is a Betty Clegg. I believe we have a driver change on there. But Kimber Clegg's the owner. This is 2-year-old gelding by Uncle Peter out of Sky is Mine by Muscle Hill. 14 starts, 1 win, 2 seconds, 6 thirds, $13,783 in the card. Took a mark at 274 Northfield in the slot. Has a case of the third itis, which you don't mind because they're a nice little check there. But he's got 3 thirds in a row. Last week, here they come. Coming out. We'll be back with after the post parade.
Is on the track for the first race. 2-year-old colt trot, purse $13,360. 1 is Victory's Gunner with Dan Vignier. 2, Got the Money Honey, Drew Neal drives. 3, Wisco Tax Collector, Emmanuel Miller. 4 is 314, Sam Widger. And the 5, CS Star Tom, Mike High, in the sulky.
Now, Sam Widger, if I'm correct, well, that's an Indiana boy, but he's been driving that and doing well at Dayton and at Scioto. The 5, incidentally, is CS Star Tom. This is a Mike High owned, trained, and driven 2-year-old gelding by Long Tom out of Lunita by Man of Many Missions. This is the first time in front of the grandstand. He's a Buckeye Classic sale yearling of $3,000. Let's go with it. Victory's Gunner was Buckeye Blooded Horse sale of $4,600. The Ohio Select for Got the Money Honey, $42,000, which would buy you the whole field, by the way. Heartland sale for Wisco Tax Collector, $22,000. 314 is $3,000. And again, CS Tom was a Buckeye Classic of $3,000. Right now, as I speak, Susan Schroeder is at the Blooded Horse sale down in Springfield. We also have Steve. We'll have over at Richwood. Who's doing Richwood today? Huh? Thomas. Oh, the new guy. And then we have up tonight, we get at Van Wert. And we also have at Caldwell today. So we are spread very thin. I'm doing solo here. I'm working with Steve, who's ignoring me. Though he's paying attention to the camera. Now, as we look at these horses, and not the size, of course, the sires are all Ohio, good Ohio size, but then we go a lot with like Victory Sam's, Victory Sister, or a Victory Sam. I'm not too sure about that. Ready Got the Money Honey out of Ariella is by Donato Hanna, which was a nice, good colt. Yankee Glide. I remember his first year when he first went to Stan Stud, and he had his first foals come there. A couple of guys says that looks like he's going to be a good sire. And one Joe, and don't tell me his last name because I can't remember it, but he says, I like that Yankee Glide, and he bought the horse, and the horse made him close to $300,000. It was a good guess. His Mike Whipkenberg starting gate is now moving, and they are lining up. Got 5 in it to win it. $13,360 here at Morrow County Fair in Mount Gilead, Ohio. The gate moves around the paddock turn. I am going to pick. Got the money, honey. Go 2-4 just for fun. Here they are. Here's Ayers, top of the stretch from Mount Gilead.
CS Star Tom behind the others. They're off and trotting, and it's Wisco Tax Collector moving out there to get the lead. In there to be second is a 314. Got the money, honey is third. Off stride, Victory's Gunner. Off stride, CS Star Tom. They move around the turn to straighten up on into the backstretch where Wisco Tax Collector and Manny Miller fronts that field by 3. 314 is there in second. Got the money, honey is on the move on the outside. Drew Neal has this baby picking him up and laying him down as they go to the opening fraction. And the leader, Wisco Tax Collector, in 31 seconds. On the outside, second, Got the Money, Honey. Along the inside, 314 is third. Further on back to Victory's Gunner. Further back yet to CS Star Tom. They're off the turn. They straighten up in front of the stands for the first time. Got the Money, Honey is trying to clear to the lead. Wisco Tax Collector is there in second. 314 is third. Way back to Victory's Gunner and CS Star Tom. They went on by the half in 101. On into that turn they go, and with the lead, Got the Money, Honey. They're in second. Wisco Tax Collector. 314 is still in third. Then Victory's Gunner, CS Star Tom. They're off the turn, up the backstretch, moving on to 3/4. And Got the Money, Honey has the lead now by 3. Wisco Tax Collector second. 314 will try to kick on from third. They went by 3/4. Got the Money, Honey is there in 131 and 1. Moving around the final turn, Got the Money, Honey. The lead keeps getting bigger as they come to the top of the stretch. Got the Money, Honey is opened up now by 7. The race is just for place. The winner is awfully clear. It is Got the Money, Honey by 8, by 9. By golly, Got the Money, Honey got all the money today. Wisco Tax Collector second. 314 was third. Time of the mile, 2:03 and 4.
Got the Money, Honey. Did get the money. Led every step well. Took command at the half. And down the 3/4 and 131 and 1. They were trucking down there. 1 mile and 2, 3, and 4. Unofficial was 2, 3, 4. I'll say no more. But other 2 horses made breaks. There's always room for improvement. They're still young. The year's still young. Well, it's almost late September. No, it's late August. Incidentally, speaking of late August, Little Brown Jug less than 3 weeks away. And speaking of Little Brown Jug, we just talked with Patrick, who came up to get his passport. And Patrick works Little Brown Jug Week. You'll see him there. He's a paddock guard, but he's been doing that for 10 years. He loves it. And everybody in Delaware, they love Little Brown Jug Week. That's their week. But it's a good mile here at Mount Gilead, 2, 3, and 4. Return now to the winner's circle. Got the Money, Honey.
Got the Money, Honey is a 2-year-old bay-goated son of Ready for Money. Out of Ariella by Donato Hanover. Owned by R. Weaver, Heartland Acres, Cabby D. And D. Jury. Rosie Weaver is the trainer. Drew Neal, the winning driver, 2:03 and 4. This the Atmer Cosson Memorial, sponsored by Kelly Howard. Victory's Gunner was fourth, got the money Honey the race winner, Wisco Tax Collector second, 314 was third, CS Star Tom fifth. 4, 1, 2, 3, 5 on the bottom, 31, 101, 131 and 1, 203 and 4. In the upcoming second race, Dan Venier drives the one.
There you go, 203 and 4, brand new lifetime mark for Got the Money, Honey. That's the first of many new marks maybe today. As again, a beautiful day here at Mount Gilead. Bright sunshine, nice and cool, 60 degrees. And we'll be cool, and we'll be back after these few messages.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead's sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Welcome back to the Morrow County Fair here at Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead, incidentally, very nice town, about 4,000 people. What's unique about Mount Gilead? It's one of the only towns in Ohio that has 2 town squares. It's also almost at the center of the population of Ohio. And just looking over the facts about Mount Gilead, which was usually called Whetstone for the river, it named after Mount Gilead and the Bible, which was famous for its eucalyptus oil. So I don't know what they named that, but this was since 1837 been called Mount Gilead, and it was one of the highest contributors to the war effort during World War II. They have the Victory obelisk in the center of town, one of the 2 town squares as you go through there, and they donated the most per person. Nice town, very nice town. In fact, it's one of the lowest crime rates in Ohio, only 10 per 1,000, and that's usually just some shoplifting, which isn't bad. But this is the second race here at Mount Gilead, and this is the 2-year-old filly trot. This is the first division. Nice purse of $13,830. We have this division going for $6,915. Only 4 in it. Everyone gets a check. Everyone goes happy, home happy. Ain't that right, Steve Taylor? Incidentally, I said there's a conspiracy going here. Got Steve Taylor, and back at the office, we have Wes Mayberry. So now, if you know Taylor and Mayberry, you know Beatrice Thayer? You know Beatrice Thayer, don't you, Steve? Roger Houston calls her out. He says, "Be there." Okay, you know, be there. Be there! But, yeah. But, of course, Andy Griffith and Opie Taylor were from the Andy Griffith Show, which is very popular, and it's still on reruns on MeTV, is it? I don't know. They got them, but they're still on refund. But Goma Pyle is still, you know, Goma Pyle. Golly. And, of course, they had Don Knotts. Don Knotts, incidentally, I believe he was from Ohio or Indiana. But his name was Jesse Knotts, and he was a ventriloquist when he first started out. And got his comedy room. He met Andy Griffith in the movie No Time for Sergeants, and they just hit it off. They clicked, a good comedy team, and they became lifelong friends. And Don Knotts won many Academy Awards, what they call Emmys, for his portrayal of Barney Fife. And any small-town police officer, now, if they make any type of mistake, they're referred to as Barney Fife, which is part of our language. So, Steve Taylor. Let's go with Bel A Star. We're going to start out with here on number 1 is Bel A Star, now driven by Dan Venier, or Venier, whichever you want to pronounce it, however he pronounces it. You can call me Ray, you can call me RJ, it doesn't matter. Just call me. Call him for dinner. Bel A Star was a 2-year-old filly by Marseille out of a sister star. He's by Master Gilead. Susan Robbins of Republic, Ohio owns and bred is a breeder on this. This sister star is her foundation mare. And every mare or every horse she has out of that mare, she uses the word, doesn't matter what it's first, as long as she has the word name Star in there. And this is Bel A Star. Norm Robbins is the trainer, and Dan Benier is the driver. This 4 starts this year. Qualified at Delaware. Very nice mile. 2, 4, and 4. And, of course, there's always something that comes in the road. But trotted in 2, 2, and 1 at Northfield just on the 13th. Made a break last week at Northfield. She is nice. Has trotted in 2-1 at Scioto, and in her first parimutuel start, she trotted 58-1. Number 2 is Man, I'm Sassy. Emmanuel Miller for Herman Hageman, owned by Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio, and the Hageman Racing of Mount Vernon. The long-time filly out of Pandora AS, out of Brego and Nalima. That's one of those Australian horses. 9 starts, 2 wins, and 2/3, $6,595 on the card. Market Croton at 2-6 flat. Hark, I hear the call to post. We shall return after the post parade.
2-year-old filly trotters of per $6,915, sponsored by Kreiser Racing and Chris Short Racing. Dan Venier on 1, Mike Spearman on 4. 1 is Bel A Star, make that driver Daniel Venier. 2, Man, I'm Sassy, Emmanuel Miller. 3, Go Get the Money, Drew Neal. And the 4, Ivy's Legacy, driver Mike Spearman, Ian Hersalke.
So there's your post parade. They go down there. One of the good things about watching the post parade, you can see how they act, and 2-year-old filly trotters especially want to see them to be relaxed. And of course, sometimes it's good to see them a little on the engine or a little bit on the bit. But with a filly trotter or any trotter, you really want to keep a horse relaxed. Let them focus on racing, never mind getting upset in front of the grandstand. But the 3 is Go Get the Money, another ready for money horse. This is Rosie Weaver's owned herself of Beach City, Ohio. Rosie, no, she didn't breed it, but Drew Neal is in the sulky. 9 starts this win, no wins, 3 seconds, 1/3, $9,318. Last week at Napoleon, she trotted in 6 and 4. That was with Drew Neal. Looks like the second time Drew will be driving her. So go get the money. Horse to watch. Number 4 is Ivy's Legacy. Mike Spearman, trainer and now driver. This 2-year-old filly by Major Athens out of Maddie's Legacy by Neely Dunn. 6 starts, no wins, 2 seconds, 2/3, $4,824 on the card. Phil Spearman of Fredericktown, Ohio, is the owner. Now, incidentally, you folks, if you want to follow around, go to Ohio Harness Racing. Harness Racing. Thank you. See, I'm a little bit rusty. But yeah, get your free program. And I just read on the web, USTA will be providing free programs the day of the race to owners of on the fair racing, which is good because you like to see what your competition is. You don't want something coming out of the woodwork. But now Mike Spearman, he has hit the board. He's had 3 seconds and 8/3, 28 starts. He has gone to visit the winner's circle. There's always hope. A couple of guys, I won't mention their names, but they took a while to get to the winner's circle. You're always going to get that first win under your belt, because up until you get to the winner's circle, you don't know if you're going to get there. It's that simple. They are underway. There comes the starting gate. From the rail out, Ballet Star, Man, I'm Sassy, Go Get the Money, and Ivy's Legacy. Total purse, $6,915. This is the first division of the 2-year-old filly trot from Mount Gilead, Ohio, and the Morrow County Fair. And here they come.
They're off and trotting. Man, I'm Sassy. Looks for the lead. Go Get the Money is on the outside. At the rail, Ballet Star off stride. Ivy's Legacy. They trot around the turn and they'll move on into the backstretch. And the leader, Man, I'm Sassy, leads them out there by a length and a half. Ballet Star is there in second. Go Get the Money is third. Back down trotting, Ivy's Legacy. Moving on to the opening quarter, and Man, I'm Sassy. And Emmanuel Miller's out there hot to trot in their second. Ballet Star, opening quarter 31. On into the turn they go. Go Get the Money's third. The trailer, Ivy's Legacy. They're in single file as they continue on, and Man, I'm Sassy fronts the field by a length and a quarter. Ballet Star is their second. Looking to the outside. Go Get the Money. She peeked out, decided not to go yet, and the distant trailer, Ivy's Legacy, says, Hey girls, wait for me, as they move here by the half. Man, I'm Sassy is on the lead. Halfway home in a comfortable 104. Ballet Star is their second. Go Get the Money is still looking them over from third. Ivy's Legacy a bit closer, but a lot of work to do as they straighten up into the backstretch to press on to 3/4. Man, I'm Sassy. Ballet Star is now looking to roll from the pocket. In their next, Go Get the Money as they move on to 3/4. Man, I'm Sassy. Ballet Star is trying to get up and after on the outside. Then it's Go Get the Money, 3/4, 135 and 2. Moving around the final turn, Ballet Star looks her in the eye and she's trotting on as they come to the top of the stretch. Off the rail, Ballet Star and Vignier will turn first. Man, I'm Sassy is their second. Moving up on the outside is Go Get the Money. Off stride went Ballet Star. Ballet Star folded up when it counted, and coming back, Man, I'm Sassy to win. Go Get the Money second. Ballet Star was third. Time of the mile, 2:05 and 4.
That last quarter in 30 and 2. Poor Ballet Star, she didn't fold. She just, they were coming. They started opening them up, and she made the break. It was 2-3-1, and Man, I'm Sassy, Emmanuel Miller, Herman Hageman, trainee. Herman's having a good year. He's 69 starts. 70, that's his 77th win of the year. Having a good year. And Man, I'm Sassy. Long Tom filly. Number 3, Go Get the Money. And Drew Neal was second. Come the last half in 1:01 and 4 for the mile in 2:05 and 4. Ivy's Legacy was fourth, made a break, and stayed trotting the rest of the way, though, which is, once they stay trotting, they're somewhere in the mile, you're happy. So for Man, I'm Sassy, third win of the year. He's turning around the winner's circle.
Back in front of the stands, winning race 2. Number 2, Man, I'm Sassy, a 2-year-old bay filly by Long Tom out of Pandora Oz by Prego Nalema. Owned by Anthony Miller, Herman Hagerman Racing. Herman Hagerman is the trainer. Emmanuel Miller, the winning driver, 2:05 and 4. Ballet Star was third. Man, I'm Sassy, the winner. Go Get the Money second. Ivy's Legacy was third. Ivy's Legacy was fourth. A 3-1-2-4 on the bottom. 3-1-2-4, 31, 104, 135 and 2, 205 and 4.
Man, I'm Sassy. That was a lifetime mark for Man, I'm Sassy. And 2 races, 2 new lifetime marks. That's pretty good. We shall return to see what else we can do here at the Morrow County Fair from Mount Gilead, Ohio, on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Oh, welcome back As we're sitting here looking at these the trucks, the watering trucks, the harrow, people warming up. And the crowd here, it's funny, I got a laugh now. It is a little bit chilly. I got my old Ohio State red sweater on, but normally on the day on Mount Gilead, when the sun's out, everyone's tucked back up under the awning or the overhang. They're all out in the sun today. But it's been a beautiful day. This third race we're coming up, we've had already 2 lifetime marks and 8 races in today. This is on the 3rd. This is the 2nd division of the 2-year-old filly trots. I tell you, Steve, this is like a perfect day. I love this type of weather. It's actually September weather, but actually here are our Labor Day weekend, so it's right in schedule, right on schedule. Where you originally from, Steve? Where? Grove City. That's down by Columbus, isn't it? Just west of Columbus. That's where the home office of the OHHA is, Grove City. But in fact, that used to be Columbus is one of the fastest growing cities in the United States. What amazes me is going through there. It was on like rush hour traffic in the morning, and there was I was doing 55. The highway system's excellent. Of course, they're out on the construction now. It's really bad. Now you could say, but if you know the ways around, you're okay. But I took a trip to the big city last week to Columbus on Wednesday, and I was coming home. It was rush hour traffic. It was still, when they say rush hour traffic, Detroit. In fact, one guy I know, he just went up to Kawartha Downs a couple of days ago. He says he breezed through Detroit. Well, he breezed through customs up going into Canada, but the traffic, he was stuck in a traffic jam in Detroit. And all the big cities, if you want to see a traffic jam, is going down on the New England Expressway going into New York City. And I was racing down at Yonkers one night, and they said on the radio that there is a traffic jam in Bridgeport, Connecticut, which is going into New York. And they said that there's a Powerball. People are getting out of their cars and parking them on the side of the highway and walking up to the stores to stand in line because they didn't sell Powerball in New York at the time. So I says, well, that's just a little thing. And I got from Bridgeport to Yonkers, which is 13 miles, took me 2 hours. A complete standstill. And of course, the horse got stretched and et cetera like that. And of course, we had to rent a truck, and I'm going, oh my, blah, 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 the money that I lost. And the driver told another driver of mine, he says, tell Tom that he was the best in the race that day. I says, I know that. So that's when people say, how about the Powerball? I said, well, it cost me about $4,000. I says, that night. But yeah, traffic jams are bad. They don't have any traffic jams here at Mount Gilead, though. Very nice little town, as they says, again. And they got a state park here. They have, which is a great camping area. And what else they got here? Well, they got a lot of farms, a lot of people are good. They have the Morrow County Fair. Now, they're not fully operational just yet. That's when's that start? Me neither. I don't know either. But I think it starts in 1 or 2 days. But okay, let's look at the 2nd division of the 2-year-old filly trot. This is the 3rd race, purse of $6,915. Only 4 in it. Number 1 is Poquito. Ed Greeno Jr. is a trainer driver. E.G. Trot, LLC of Findlay, Ohio. And we will be in Findlay tomorrow. You won't. I will. We're doing Findlay Wednesday, Thursday. Hancock County Fair. This Oquito is a 2-year-old filly by Triumphant Caviar out of Nessa Rose by Chip Chip Hooray. 6 starts this year, 1 win, 2/3, 3,400 mark at Paulding. Here we go. This needs a mark 2:13 and 3 at Paulding. That's the first race of the year. And Poquito hasn't stayed flat yet. In fact, got more breaks in a card than a bag of stepped-on potato chips. Number 2 is Suavecito Soul, or Saul, Chris Beaver trainee. Chris Beaver, and here they are for the post parade.
Here are the horses on the track for the third race. 2-year-old filly trot. Sponsor by Marengo Hair Salon. Dan Vigner's on the 2. The 1 is Poquito with Ed Greeno Jr. 2, Suavecito Soul. Driver change. Dan Vigner drives. 3, Tom's Queen and Drew Neal. Completing the field, the 4, Flirtin' Tommy, Emmanuel Miller, in the sulky. That's
Yeah, I'm glad he Suavecito Soul with Dan Veneer, Chris Beaver trainee. Now this is a muscle up the gold filly out of Sunrise Nibbles out of by Iron Duke. 7 starts, no wins. 1 second and 3/3, $4,335. Has trotted at Scioto, made a break, impeded break, I believe. 2-1 and 2, shows 2-1 at Northfield. This is nice. Can trot, she can. Last week at Hicksville, she trotted 2-4 and 3, and just got beat by 3 lengths. Suavecito Soul. Number 3 is Tom's Queen. Drew Neal drives for Rosie Weaver, and owned by Heartland Acres and Rosie Weaver, or as Ayers just said, R. Weaver. I like that, R. Weaver. No, it's Rosie Weaver. And also Gabby D. LLC. 4 in a row in Ohio, looking for her 5th straight in the Buckeye State. Tom's Queen has 4 wins, 10 starts, 2 seconds, 1/3, $17,175 on a card market. Croton at 2-2 flat. So going for 5 in a row, Tom's Queen. Number 4 is Flirtin' Tommy. It's a long Tom filly out of Flirtin' Flair by Muscle Massue. 10 starts. This will be a competition right here. 4 wins, 1 second, 2/3, $10,866 on a card. Mark at Bowling Green at 2-5 and 2. Coming off a mile at Wilmington of 2-3, or Wellington, I should say. 2-3, and she was got beat. She was second. She has trotted in 58 and 3 at Scioto in the Buckeye Stallion Series. She finished 10th, but the mile went in 55 and 4. As they say, Choo-wee. That is 2-year-old trotting fillies. Now there's one trotting. They recall the records are all being made to be broken. But for years, Greyhound held the trotting record of 155. And it was like 38 years they didn't break that record. And finally, it was Neville Pride, I believe, who trotted in 54 and 4. But for 30 some odd years, they did not break that trotting record. And as I said, records are made to be broken. But for 2-year-old trotting fillies, to go in 55-4. That is just unbelievable to me. And it just shows all the equipment, the breeding, everything. They've gone faster and faster. And if you had I can remember 50 years ago, you had a 2-1 Payson filly. You had one of the best ones in the whole region. I mean, in fact, Mary Mel, she was a 2-year-old Payson filly. She set a world's record at Northfield, 1976. 159-3. That was a world's record for 2-year-old Payson fillies. Now that's just as common as eyebrows now. Here they are moving behind the gate for the third at Mount Gilead. Forward at Poquito, Suavecito Soul, Tom's Queen, and Flirtin' Tommy. Here they are now at the head of the lane.
They're off and trotting, and it's Tom's Queen going out looking for the lead. Suavecito Soul is there in second, Flirtin' Tommy in third, and Paquito is fourth of the four. They move around the turn. Off stride went Paquito. Off stride, Suavecito Soul as they now move on into the backstretch. And the leader, Tom's Queen. Flirtin' Tommy is there in second, Suavecito Soul is third. And the distant trailer, Poquito, as they move to the opening quarter. Opening quarter in 31 seconds. The leader is Tom's Queen. There in second, Flirtin' Tommy. Suavecito Soul is third. Still off stride. Poquito, she has lost her stride and cannot find it as they move off the turn. They straighten away and drive here to the half. And the leader is still Tom's Queen. Flirtin' Tommy is a right tight second. Suavecito Soul in third. And Paquito, she stopped off for a funnel cake as they move here by the half in 103. Out there with the lead, Tom's Queen. Flirtin' Tommy is there in second. Suavecito Soul is a right type third. And Paquito trails. They swing off the turn. They straighten up into the backstretch. And Tom's Queen, she looks for her fifth straight win. Moving to the outside now. Here comes Flirtin' Tommy. She's trying to come up and challenge the leader. Suavecito Soul in third. And then Paquito, they move by 3/4 and 136-1. And Tom's Queen still the leader. Flirtin' Tommy is there in second. Suavecito Soul is losing contact third. As they move around the turn to the top of the stretch, where Tom's Queen does turn first. Flirtin' Tommy is there in second, but Tom's Queen, the Queen, reigns supreme today. Tom's Queen, 5 in a row. Finishing second was Flirtin' Tommy. Suavecito Soul third, 205-4.
Ooh. With the last quarter in. $29-3. Thank you. I need these mathematicians around me. 29-3 mile, 2-5-4. Oh yeah. He Tom's Queen reigned today, Supremo. 5 in a row in Ohio. I'll tell you, brought the earnings up to $20,000 this year. Rosie Weaver. Rosie, that is her. Well, she's had one. That's her two starts, 2 wins today. And she has now, that is her 70th win of the year. 281 starts, 270 wins. Her batting average, knocking it out of the park, Rosie, .380. Very respectable. batting average. Owned by Heartland Acres of Walhonding, Ohio, Rosie E. Weaver, Beach City, and Gabby D. LLC of Hudson, Ohio. Cheers.
3, Tom's Queen. Tom's Queen, a 2-year-old bay fillet by Long Tom at a Queen of Levesque by Master Levesque on by Heartland Acres. Rosie Weaver, Cabby D. Rosie Weaver is the trainer. Drew Neal, the winning driver, 205 and 4. For Rosie Weaver, it's a training double. For Drew Neal, a driving double thus far today. This one sponsored by Marengo Hair Salon. Paquito was 4th, Suavecito Soul 3rd, Tom's Queen the winner, Flirtin' Tommy 2nd. 4, 3, 1, 2 on the bottom, 31, 103, 136 and 1, 205 and 4.
So that's your third race, 205 and 4, and your win for you bettors out there, $3 to win. The exacta, 3-4, paid $3.60, which is better than throwing away a ticket, my friends. But that is our. That's not a lifetime mark. That's just 5 in a row, 5 straight in the Buckeye State. That's a third. We're down up to the 4th, and this is the first division of 3-year-old pacing colts and geldings, and we have 5 in it. Everyone goes happy with the check. Everyone goes home happy. We have a couple here that's been in 50. Catchy Express has been in 56 at Maywood. Track record here is 55 and 4. Possibility, folks. So we'll be back from the 4th race at Morrow County Fair after these few messages.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Have you heard about Bob? It's the Buckeye Owner Bonus, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association's new incentive program. The program is for people who purchase yearlings or retain their homebreds out of mares registered and eligible for the OHHA's Breeders' Award program at the upcoming 2025 sales. The total bonus will be 1/2 the amount designated for that year's Breeders' Award program. For more information about the Buckeye Owner Bonus, visit ohha.com or call 614-221-3650.
Welcome back. That's interesting that Bob, the Buckeye Owners Breeders thing, that's good. It's a good incentive. And if you buy, breed, race in Ohio, believe me, the programs is they're so strong and with such good support. And we have 66 fairs of the 88 county fairs in Ohio. Every single fair in Ohio. Here at Mount Gilead, this is the 175th Mount Gilead Fair, Morrow County Fair. 175 years they've been having the fairs. There's, I believe, Noble is up to 180. Average is 160 plus. It's just it's ingrained in the community in Ohio. And they're proud of their fairs. It's always our fair. And everyone puts on their best foot forward. It says, and they will tell you, well, so my uncle or grandfather raced horses, and they'll mention their name, and I'll just say, well, I'm a foreigner. I'm from back east, but I've been in Ohio now for 8 years. And is it that long? Well, but it's just to see the enthusiasm and what people they love putting their fairs on. This is it, and they proudly they have a big sign, our 175th year. And again, for a small town like Mount Gilead, it's amazing, right? But all's fair in love and war, I always said. No, this is a fourth race. We have, I think this is a debut for a parimutuel race. I'm not too sure. We'll have to double check. It's Danger Ranger Steck is on the 2-horse. But the number 1 is Catch the Express. He's a Corey Diamond trainee. 3-year-old gelding by Catch the Flyer out of Abalone, Hanover by Big Jim. Cap Equine Estates of Youngstown, Ohio, and Corey Diamond of Youngstown, Ohio, own this lifetime winner of over $52,000. This year got 12 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, $33,429. Mark of Marysville of 156-3. Been racing last week in the Buckeye Stallion Series. Was coming off of 4 in a row in Ohio, but finished 5th. They only went 151-2 down at Scioto. And Drew Neal is in the sulky with number 1, Catch the Express. Number 2, already won. Ranger Steck is in the sulky for trainer Ron Steck. And the owner is R.E. Steck of Marengo, R.J. Smoko of Salon, and Davenport of Delaware, and Taggart of Columbus. The 3-year-old gelding by Fear the Dragon out of O. Naratak Rocket by Rockin' Roll Hanover. 12 starts this year, 1 second, 2 thirds, $9,017 on the card. Mark of Scioto, 154. Already won. Ohio Select yearling sale of $12,000. The Catch the Express was $18,000. And number 3, Pure Dragon, he's $10,000. Driven by Conrad. Betty Clegg is a trainer. Kimber Clegg's the owner. And Hark is a call. Post parade. There's Ratner.
3-year-old Colton Gelding Pacer is a per $6,820. Sponsored by Jenna Hawkins Racing. 1 is Catch the Express and Drew Neal. 2 already won. Make the driver Ranger Steck. 3 is Pure Dragon. Driver change Ed Conrad. The 4 Black Streak Emmanuel Miller. And the 5 Fear Romeo. Driver change Sam Widger in his sulky.
So there you go with so again, Pure Dragon got $10,576 in the card. Marked 58-4 at Northfield. 2 wins out of 18 starts, 5 thirds. Number 4 is Black Streak. Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Herman Hageman is a trainer. Anthony Miller of Dundee, Ohio, and Hageman Racing from Mount Vernon. 3-year-old gelding by Racing Hill. Out of Sister to the Queen by Big Bad John. 17 starts this year, 1 win, 4 thirds, 9,700 on his card. And he's got a mark of Bucyrus at 57-4. Manuel Miller in Black Streak. Number 5 is Fear Romeo. Sam Widger in the sulky for trainer Betty Clegg. Owner Kimber Clegg. It's a colt by Fear the Dragon out of Lady Capulet. Always a Virgin out of Always Virgin. In his 17 starts, 2 seconds, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 3 thirds, excuse me. I'm thinking this Capulet, I believe, got assist to that win yesterday. JR Capulet, I'll have to double check on that. But this is got mark of 2-1 at Jefferson, 8,200 on the card. As anybody have a program from yesterday? No. And I don't have any Wi-Fi. And Steve doesn't care. Actually, Juliet Capulet, that's the horse's name. And she's, I believe she's out of Lady Capulet. I can be wrong. I've been wrong many, many times. And I'm not afraid to admit that. The man who's never made a mistake has never tried anything, I always said. But Thomas Edison said he made had 100 inventions and made 1,000 mistakes. It's the only time mistakes that you really counts as your parachute. That's about it. So Catch the Express already won. Pure Dragon. Now Ranger Steck. He's won with the Big Bad Whammo. But this is a little more competitive field. And the funny thing is, when you learn when you get out there, you do not have any friends out on the racetrack. And but we're going for purse of $6,820, and difference in place money can be $1,000. So it's cutthroat out there. But they're at the head of the lane, and here's Ayers Ratliff to call the fourth from Mount Gilead.
They're off and pacing. Catch the Express. Fires from the inside, looking for the lead as they move around the turn. Black Streak is on the outside second. Third at the rail, Pure Dragon. Then it's already won. The early trailer, Fear Romeo, as they move on into the backstretch. Catch the Express on the lead. On the outside, Black Streak trying to press the issue. Pure Dragon is their third. In their fourth, already won, and that trailer, Fear Romeo. To the opening quarter they go. Catch the Express is there, 29 2/5. In their second, Black Streak. Pure Dragon is still in third, already won in fourth, and the trailer, Fear Romeo. They move off the turn and pace down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, where Drew Neal and Catch the Express is out there by 2. There in second is Black Streak. Pure Dragon is still in third, already won in fourth, with Fear Romeo. Moving on by the half in 59 3/5. Into the turn they go. Catch the Express is out there and on the lead. They're in second, Black Streak. Pure Dragon is still in third, already won, is looking to the outside with Fear Romeo. Up the backstretch to 3/4 they go, and Drew Neal is driving this one like he stole him. He's out there by 5. There in second is Black Streak. Onto the outside, already 1/3, 3/4, 129. Moving around the final turn, and Catch the Express. He's out there now rubbing salt in the wound. There in second is Black Streak. If this was a fight, they'd have stopped it. It's all Catch the Express. Catch the Express. Way too much for these. Catch the Express. Home and easy winner. Black Streak is there for second. Already won is third. Time of the mile 1:58.
If this was a fight, they would have stopped it. If this was a high school play, they would have walked out. 158 last quarter and 29 flat, just under a glide. And good mile, 158. That Catch the Express that's now 5 for the last 6. Pushes him up to over 36,000 for the year. Drew Neal, that's his third of the day. I asked a very obvious question to Drew Neal one time. He's now leading the drivers colony at the fairs, and I says, "Do you like Ohio?" He goes, "Oh yeah." Drew, incidentally, is from Prince Edward Island, and the year that what the horse won the Little Brown Jug from Prince Edward Island, the whole gang of them were all going PEI, PEI, and I need Rod Cooper up here. He would know who won the Little Brown Jug from PEI. As again, I mentioned Little Brown Jug. If you've never been a Little Brown Jug, get there. Be there. You got to get.
3-year-old Bay-Goddard son of Catch the Fire. Out of Abalone, Hanover by Big Jim, owned by Cap Equine Estates and Corey DeErman. Corey DeErman trains Drew Neal, the winning driver. That's 3 wins today, thus far, for winning driver Drew Neal. This one sponsored by Jenna Hawkins Racing. Catch the Express, the winner, already won, was third. Pure Dragon 5th. Black Streak 2nd. Fear Romeo 4th. 13524, 29-2, 59-3, 129, 158.
Is that your 4th race? That is the 4th of 8. Good mile, 158. That beats yesterday's fastest mile by a couple of ticks a second. We still have a couple more that might do it. We have the 5th coming up. This is the 2nd division for the 3-year-old Colton Gelding Pace. Going for $6,820. 5 in it to win it. We shall return after these few messages.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to OHHA.com. That's OHHA.com.
And welcome back. We're at the 5th race. We're at the 2nd division for the Ohio Fair Racing Conference. 3-year-old colts and geldings going for $6,820. At 5 in it, got a good group of 3-year-olds. They've all got marks of better than 157 is the slowest. Shouldn't say slowest. 157.1. That was at Northfield. So this is a good good group. We could see a mile. The fastest mile today so far is 158. And we got to start out with JB Magic. And somebody said this JB stands for Jim Brown Magic. I don't know. That was at the line where they were talking about that. But JB Magic is a gray gelding by Fear the Dragon out of Type A Gray by Artificial. Tyler Bates is a trainer. Robert Geist of Salina is the owner. A Geist, I should say. Drew Neal is in the sulky. This could be Drew's 4th win of the day. I like this JB Magic. I might have noted him as my best bet of the day. There's for all you bettors out there. But JB Magic has 13 starts this year, 3 wins, 1 second, 1 third, $11,908. Coming back on, I was informed that had been a throat infection that was cleared up, and he's coming back on. He's got, again, Mark Alimer of 157.1. Last year at Scioto, 52.4. He made $54,000. It's a nice 2-year-olds. Again, I saw him when he matinee, and Tyler Bates drove her in the matinee in Bucyrus. I said, that is a nice colt. And I think he might have went in 210. But it's, again, that's one of the things about matinees and seeing the fairs. You see your horses that you like, and you can follow them. Here's a horse. Now he's $66,000 on his card, and a nice colt. Well, number 2 is Journey Sharp Edge, driven by Danger Ranger Steck, and Ron Steck is the trainer. It's a 3-year-old gelding by Do Me That Again out of Riding Out a Storm by Dragon Again, owned by Gordon Brookhart of Westerville and Ronnie Steck of Marengo. 14 starts, 1 win, 3 seconds, 3 thirds, $17,659 on the card. Going to mark a Scioto of 153.3. And lifetime 32,000. Coming off of miles in 55.23. This is has been driven by Chris Page, that kid from Mount Vernon. But number 3 is Perpetrator. This is a Jason Seymour owned and trained. They're from Michigan, coming down from Michigan. They win at, and I don't know the abbreviations, Alpine, they 2-2 up there, coming off 4 wins and 13 starts, mark a Northfield of 56.3. Here's a post parade.
Race number 5, 3-year-old colt and gelding pacer, sponsored by the Little Brown Bar Company. One is JB Magic and Drew Neal. 2, Journey Sharp Edge, make the driver Ranger Steck. 3 is Perpetrator, driver change to Cameron Kina. 4 is OBS ACH, make the driver Emmanuel Miller. 5, Down by the Parade, driver change Sam Widger in the sulky.
So, Sam Widger's on the Down by the Parade. Again, there's another nice colt. 2-year-old last year, $124,000. Perpetrator is from Michigan, down from Michigan. Jason Seymour of Adrian. Yo, Adrian. Michigan. Drew Neal is, who's driving the, he doesn't know. Okay. But anyway, 24,000 this year. Now, number 4, OHHA, which out ACH it is. 5 starts, has not won, has paced in Tiffin in 2, 2, and 3. Dave Hornstaff is the trainer. Emmanuel Miller, Delaware, and Dave Hornstaff of Ashley. They own that Big Bam Ray Cole gelding out of Polo Player. And number 5 is a nice colt. This is Down by the Parade. This is a 3-year-old gelding by Down by the Seaside. Gracie's Parade by Royal Matchesy. Betty Clegg is a trainer, and Kimber Clegg is the owner. And we have Sam Widger in the sulky. Last year was last year, but still 32 starts, 17 wins, 11 seconds, 1/3. That is 29 out of 32 starts. Made $124,000. Took a mark in Northfield at 2 minutes flat. He was timed faster than that. We know that, but this year he's 21 starts, 4 wins, 2 seconds, 4/3. Mark at Northfield at 157-1. Coming off a win at Wellington of 2-1 and won by 9 3/4. Down by the Parade, might come back to last year's form. I know he was racing a lot. He had 32 starts last year, which is a lot for a 2-year-old. But nowadays, with all the fairs, and they're not going full extension all the time. It'd be you're able to do that. Now, we used to always nice amount of things between 20 and 25 for 2-year-old. And of course, I'm going back a few years, but if you had a horse at 2-year-old with 18, 19 starts, that's a lot of, that was a rule of thumb, was good enough for the year. And save him as a 3-year-old. Wind has picked up here, incidentally, and I'm like a little old lady. I got my sweater like a shawl wrapped around me, but I need it. It's probably the wind's probably got about a 15-mile-per-hour wind. It's 60, so we're down to close to a wind chill factor of about 50, maybe 45, 48 degrees. And incidentally, the wind chill factor was invented up in Montpelier, Ohio. And if you've ever been up that portion of the state, it gets cool up there. But the man who invented was an Arctic explorer. This is the 5th race of 5 of 8. The starting gate is moving. They are lining up behind the gate from the rail out. JB Magic is currently 1-5. Number 2, Journey Sharp Edge, 7-1. 3, Perpetrator, 4-1. 5, OBS, ACH, and I lost the odd board. And number 5 is Down by the Parade. The gate moves around the paddock turn. Here's Ayers Ratliff for the call of the 5th race.
They're off and pacing. JB Magic looks for the lead. Down by the Parade is up on the outside. Perpetrator is an early 3rd. Getting away fourth is OBS ACH and the trailer, Journey Sharp Edge, as they now move on into the backstretch. And the horse of a different color, JB Magic, is on the lead. Down by the parade is their second, Perpetrator third. OBS ACH in fourth, the trailer, Journey Sharp Edge. Going by the opening quarter, 28 4/5. So JB Magic is out there and on the lead. They're in second, down by the parade. Perpetrator third, OBS ACH in fourth. And the trailer, Journey Sharp Edge. Traveling down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, JB Magic is out there and on the lead. Down by the parade in second, Perpetrator third. In their fourth is OBS ACH with Journey Sharp Edge. Halfway home in 58 2. So JB Magic is out there going to a fire on the lead. He leads the way by a length and a half. Down by the parade is there in second, Perpetrator third. In their fourth is OBS ACH. That one has just lost stride as they pace on to 3/4. And now Widger pops the pocket with Down by the Parade. And Down by the Parade is up and after JB Magic 3/4, 129. Moving around the final turn, JB Magic has tried to counterpunch at the rail. Down by the Parade on the outside still tries to deliver the knockout blow. Perpetrator is third. They're at the top of the stretch. JB Magic fights on. Outside, Down by the Parade. 3 wide, Perpetrator. JB Magic is almost home. JB Magic will win. Down by the Parade and Perpetrator was third. 159 4.
$159.04. They come home in 30-4. But that seventh panel of 8, 7 of 8 panels, Down by the Parade was up and challenging, and JB Magic put him away. And he is now 3 in a row in Ohio, 3 straight in the Buckeye State. Unofficial. 1, 5, 3, 2, 4. Drew Neal, win number 4 for the day. Tyler Bates. Went off at 1 to 5. Public choice. The roar of the crowd when he finished the line. They had that 1 to 5. This again, that is his 13th career victory. 13 out of 28. It's a gray. So again, you just watching, you don't realize the colors of a horse is going, but that JB Magic does stand out. Got like a gray. They got a strawberry roan. That's more.
Magic. 3-year-old gray got its Son of Fear the Dragon at a Type A gray by Art Official. On my Robert Geist. Tyler Bates trains. Drew Neal having fun today in the winner's circle. That's 4 today for Drew Neal. This one home in 159 4. This race sponsored by the Little Brown Bar Company. JB Magic the winner. Journey Sharp Edge 4th. Perpetrator 3rd. OBS ACH 5th. Down by the Parade was 2nd. 1, 4, 3, 5, 2, 28 4. 58 2. 129, 159 4.
Mile. JB Magic. 4th win of the year. 4th win of the day for Drew Neal. We're coming up the 6th race. This is a 3-year-old filly pace of First Division. Going for $6,610. And there's only 4 in it. Everyone goes home happy. And 2 drivers change. We have on Well, we'll go over them when they come back. We come back from these after these few messages from our sponsors.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
The roots of harness racing are born at the county fair. For over 150 years, people have gathered to watch horses battle it out for fame and glory. Catch the thrills this summer at an Ohio Fair Racing Conference County Fair. The OFRC races at 22 fairs in 20 Ohio counties. Trotters and pacers put it all on the line to be called the best in the Buckeye State. The Ohio Fair Racing Conference, where the path to greatness begins.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
We're back. Sixth race. Ohio Fair Racing Conference 3-year-old filly pace from the Morrow County Fair. As I said, there was this one cloud. It's clouded over pretty much, though, but still there. Light and fluffy. Yeah, but they look like a little moisture in that. Somebody said that the cloud weighs something like 26,000 tons. I'm like, how do they stay up there? With the rain in it, I don't know. Those things, all these mathematics and science stuff, I don't know. I should have paid attention when I was going into school many years ago. Sixth race. This is the 3-year-old filly pace, $6,610. Sponsored by the Law Office of Craig Scott and Company. Number 1, Jewel Said. It's a 3-year-old filly by Well Said out of Canbeck Jewel Son by Liz Mara. This is owned by Ed Conrad, trained by Ed Conrad, driven by Ed Conrad. Ed Conrad, 60 years young. That's what the great thing about harness racing. You can own, train, breed, drive, right? And again, you say, well, I know the horse better than, and I drive it, I took one horse I had, and he wasn't a good horse by any means, but as I said, you couldn't hit him, and you couldn't take him out of the race. I mean, you couldn't take him back because you couldn't, if you took him out, he took himself out. He just that type of thing. So you basically let him keep him happy, let him do what he wants to do when he raced good. And I went with him, and I just shook my head. I says, this is ridiculous because he's not a good horse, but he was my horse, which was the good thing. But Jewel Said, it's got 18 starts, 5 wins, and 3/3, $19,979 on the card. Mark of Tiffin of 58. Coming off a mile at Hicksville, just got beat a nose, finished third. Coming last quarter, 28-3. Mile in 4-3. Week before, win at Napoleon, 2-1-4. So Jules Ed and Ed Conrad, owner, trainer, and driver. Number 2 is Midnight Western. This is a David Warren staff owned and trained by an Ashley again, and he's the breeder. This filly by Western Vintage out of Midnight Nottingham by Feelin' Frisky. 6 starts this one, hasn't hit the winner's circle. Last year had 2 wins at Marysville, mark a 2-2 and 2. And this year has been pacing 2-1 last year at Wellington, last week at Wellington. Groton paced in 2-2 and 3. Has yet to, it's been third twice. Drew Neal is in the sulky. No, Dawn. Nope. We'll have to wait for the post race because Drew Neal is on Pink Jammies. That's Rosie Weaver's. And that's who he's going to be driving. Rosie Weaver, number 3, Fear the Dragon, out of Think Pink by Yankee Cruiser. 14 starts this year, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 2 thirds, 34,000. A mark of 56 and 1 at Northfield. Coming off of race at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series, it was 4th, pacing 56 and 1, but they went in 53 and 3. Pink Jammies and Drew Neal. Will Drew Neal get win number 5? What does the public think at 1-9 right now? Win number 5 for Pink Jammies. I'll go with Pink Jammies in here. The number 4 is Angel in Paradise. Manny Miller. I think we got to wait for the post parade. Donnie Irvine Jr. Oh, Donnie's driving Angel in Paradise. He's a 3-year-old filly by Fear the Dragon out of Mama's Fallen Angel by Well Said. 4 wins and 14 starts. 1 second, 3 thirds, 33,000 on the card this year. Mark of 56 and 4 at Northfield. Coming off that mile in Wellington of 159. Here's the post parade. We'll doubly check your drivers.
6 3-year-old filly Pacer, sponsored by Law Office of Craig Scott and Company. First $13,120. Emmanuel Miller on 2. Don Irvine Jr. on 4. 1 Jules Said, Ed Conrad. 2 Midnight Western, Emmanuel Miller. 3 is Pink Jammies, Drew Neal. And the 4 Angel in Paradise. Driver change, Don Irvine Jr. in the sulky.
So you got Jules Said, Ed Conrad. Midnight Western, number 2 is Manny Miller. Pink Jammies and Drew Neal. Number 3. Number 4, Angel in Paradise, Don Irvine Jr. So again, it's a nice little select field. They can go, they look like a 58 mile out here. Pink Jammies currently at 1-9. Drew Neal looking for his 5th win of the day. So now the years ago, Don Irvine Jr. was in Florida. They had a guy by the name of Roger Houston announcing there. Roger, we're talking 50 years ago too. Oh my word, back 76. Oh my word, 50 years ago. Well, 49 years ago. But Don Irvine, he showed a talent. He was a good, just one of the, they said, well, he's from Ohio. Everybody went down to Pompano in those days. That was the winter capital of harness racing. It's a shame they closed it, but that's real estate. The training center there had all the leading stables in the country, and it is now one of the world's, I think it's the world's largest Walmart there now in the training where that is. But that was, so you saw Chris Boring was down there for the winter. You had Donnie Irvine Jr., from Meadows, Bill Lambertus. I'm talking off the top of my head now. And, of course, all the guys from Canada come down there, the Phillions and Mike Bouvret. Again, my top of my head, thinking of and they came down. That was the winter capital. And it was a fine weather. The track was great. They had a golf course. It was the first time I tried playing golf without the pitch and putt. That's what we used to play. But a group of us go there after dark or semi-dusk, and we get on the course for nothing. And of course, a bunch of we were all caretakers, and I think we might have had some beers might have been involved with it too. But I teed off, and it went to a palmetto bush, and which was like I went looking there. I took my golf club looking for my ball, and kept on going deeper and deeper. And I looked, and finally I saw what they call a coral snake, which is a small reddish-colored snake, and it's very, very poisonous. And I slowly backed away and quickly got off the golf course, and I think that was, I never bothered to go back there anymore. But that was right next door to Pompano. But yeah, and then down the street, in fact, believe it, the other day Roger was talking about George Steinbrenner and Alan Finkelstein. How they were Steinbrenner. They had the New York Yankees. They had a place called the Greenbrier, and if you went there, you would socialize with the New York Yankees, and you'd have three or four, 5 or 6 as they enjoyed and relaxed on the time off. A lot of baseball players went to the races, but that was Pompano, and that was Donnie Irvine Jr.'s, and here he is 50 years later up at the Morrow County Fair. They're moving in, and they are coming around the head of the lane. This is Ayers Radcliffe for the call of the 6th. The first division of the 3-year-old filly pace. Purse is $6,600 and $6,610. Here they are.
They're off and a pacing, and Angel in Paradise trying to roll from the outside of the lead. Midnight Western is there from between them along the inside. Jules said. The early trailer. Pink Jimmies heading on into the backstretch. Angel in Paradise with the lead. Midnight Western is along the outside second. Third at the rail, Jules said. Then we have Pink Jimmies, who is the trailer as they move on to the opening quarter. Manny Miller wants to go. Don Irvin Jr., he says no, the opening quarter in 28 3/5. So Angel in Paradise being pushed along by Midnight Western. Jules said is there in third. The trailer Pink Jimmies. Moving down here to the half. On the inside, Angel in Paradise on the outside. Midnight Western is still pressing the issue. Then we have Jules said. And outside, Pink Jimmies. Pacing on by the half. In 58 1/5, on into the turn they go. Angel in Paradise on the outside, Midnight Western. Inside, Jules said with Pink Jimmies. On into the backside they go, and Donovan Jr. still leads the way with Angel in Paradise. Jules said is there in second. Then we have Pink Jimmies. Nothing left from Midnight Western as they go by 3/4. And now Angel in Paradise has a new challenger. In 1:29 3, Jules said moves up on the outside for Conrad. Moving around the turn to the top of the stretch, Angel in Paradise has taken a lot of heat today. On the outside, Jewel Said is coming at her and coming on there into the stretch. Angel in Paradise, Jewel Said on the outside. Jewel Said, Angel in Paradise trying to battle at the rail, but Jewel Said will win. Angel in Paradise second, Pink Jimmy's was third. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 3/5.
That was a battle. Angel in Paradise. The devil made me do it. But Don Irvine Jr. took the lead, and Manny Miller with Midnight Western, they went head-to-head, eye-to-eye, toe-to-toe, neck-and-neck. And who benefit from that was Ed Conrad and Jewel Said. Coming down there, they came home in 31, but that's because they were head-and-head, neck-to-neck, toe-to-toe the whole mile. Angel in Paradise was second, and Pink Jammies was third, 1-4-3. Mr. Conrad went off at 9-1. So we have a $20 win ticket for you bettors out there. Jewel Said is a 3-year-old filly by Well Said out of Canbeck Jewel's Son by Liz Mara. Ed Conrad is the owner from Perrysburg, Ohio. Andy Burkholder is the breeder. Again, 60-year-old Ed Conrad. Well, he's just a kid, but is the owner, trainer, driver, and the winner.
Starter.
Whoop. Hold all your tickets. There is an inquiry. And inquiring minds want to know. There was in the first turn, there was little, maybe tight quarters, but
out of Canbeck, Jewel's Son by Liz Mara. By Edward Conrad. Ed Conrad trains and reigns. Time of the mile, 2 minutes, 3/5. This one sponsored by Law Office of Craig Scott and Company.
Tight quarters. They were busting out of there. They come out of there 28-3, and sometimes the horse doesn't go get around a turn too good, but they might have been a little squeeze. But you never know. But there's the inquiry, a big sign there. I like that new tote board. That is an excellent tote board. You can read it. I know it's a Pride and Joy who created it. I know that. You should be proud of it. When I'm talking now, years ago is when they had the odds board where they would, like in the days of Seabiscuit and back then, back in the 30s, they would have the hand-drawn numbers and they put it on the chalk. They'd have write it on the chalkboard. That wind is cold. How are you doing up there without a jacket or anything like that? He's rugged, he's young, he can take it. Unofficial, it is 1-4-3, but again, they have the inquiry. They are mulling over the track's in great shape. You can I don't know if anybody's stabled here during the winter. I don't believe they are, or during the off, not the winter, but during the off season. But because I came through the other day, and even though it was running around 1 or 2, I didn't believe anybody was here. It was kind of deserted, so I don't think they have a horse colony. But the track is in good shape.
Okay, as we await the outcome of the objection, you can start bringing them on for the 7th race. You can start bringing them out for race number 7. Just field of 3.
They have an objection. That's what it is. I still... We'll see what happens. You're going to bring them out for the 6th, for the 7th. There's only 3 horses in the 7th. But we'll have to wait. The suspense, the thrills, the chills, I don't know. I know who my baby. I have no idea. Well, I don't have an idea. Why should I say anything? But, well, because I can run my mouth. But no, I think there was the objection. I think maybe Donna Irvine. I mean, there was no, Manny Miller got parked with the Midnight Western, but that was tight quarters, and there was no give and take. They just, was a battle out there.
Objection, disallowing the objection, 1-4-3 in race number 6.
There you go.
Jules said the winner. Midnight Western was 4th. Pink Jimmy's 3rd. Angel in Paradise 2nd. 1-4-3. 2 on the bottom. 28-3. 58-1. 129-3. 2 minutes. 3/5.
There you go. You got your official winner. Congratulations to Jules said. And we shall now coming up to the 7th race. This is a short field. We got 3 3-year-old filly paces in here. They're going for $6,510. 1, 2, 3. And my best bet of the day is coming up. We shall return after these few messages.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
We're back. 7th race. This is the shortest field I've seen this year. This is 3 3-year-old pacing fillies. And number 1, this is Bill Peters' favorite filly. Really, are you kidding me? No, I'm serious. No, really, are you kidding me? She is a 3-year-old filly by Racing Hill out of Brillo Camarillo by Mark III. This is owned by and trained and bred and driven by Dan Venier. And she has 25 lifetime starts, 10 wins, 8 seconds and 3 thirds, 21 out of 25 starts, $50,000. Mark of Delaware of 57-2 last year. This year she's won at Oak Harbor and 59-3. She's picked up 21,000 and she has 12 starts, 5 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds. That's 9. And she shows on a card. Shows 4 wins, 1 second, and 1 third. And Dan, the third was at Attica. Just got beat, but this is a nice little filly. Really, are you kidding me? No, I'm not. I'm serious. Number 2 is MAA Honey, Ma Honey. Had to look this up. That is a nonprofit organization, I believe, in Africa. They has honey, but this is a nice filly. She's by Well Said. Here's a post parade. We'll go on about Ma Honey afterwards.
3-year-old filly Pacers, field of 3 for race 7 per $6,510, sponsored by Otten Racing. 1 is Really, Are You Kidding Me? Dan Venier drives. 2, Ma Honey, Andrew Neal. 3, Section Line Flame, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky.
Now, as you should have said, really, are you kidding me? Yes, I am. Now, Ma Honey, MAA Honey, is again, I believe it is a nonprofit charity based in Africa, probably educational schools and all that stuff like that. But Ma Honey, she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie, owned by Sal McGee of Swanton, Ohio, and Suzanne M. Bates of Gibbonsburg, trained by Tyler Bates. And she has, again, 16 starts, 6 wins, 3 thirds. Mark of Tiffin at 258-3. She is currently 1-2 and has 73,000 earned lifetime, 30 starts, 13 wins, 7 seconds, and 1 third. That's 21 out of 30. Mark of Scioto of 54. Coming off a mile of 2 minutes and a fifth at Lima. And just he had a broken equipment, did not finish at Greenville. Other than that, she's as consistent as, well, that was my thing. She's I always say, though, they were as loyal as a cat. And I like cats, but the cats ain't loyal. But she's consistent. I can't, analogy I can't. I'll think of something later. But anyway, number 3 is Section Line Flame. This is a Herman Hageman trainee, part owned with Charles Reeve. It's a Catch the Fire filly out of Section Line Aqua, and Major in Art, out of Major in Art. Bred by Harold Lee Bowder of Ohio. They live on Section Line Road, I believe. This year, 19 starts, 3 wins, 7 seconds, 3 thirds, 28,000 on a card. Mark of Attica, 2 minutes and fifth. There's a mark at Scioto last year of 57 flat. These fillies are nice fillies, 3 years old. Again, Section Line Flame was a Ohio Select Series, Select Yearling filly of 19,000. Ma Honey, Buckeye Classic of 12,000. And really, are you kidding me? Was a homebred. But she's made 50,000, and Ma Honey 73,000, and Section Line Flame 66,000. 2 years, less than 2 years of racing. Really, are you kidding me? No, I'm serious. Anyway, so that's, again, 3 in it. They're going to go for $6,510. I'm going to say Ma Honey is 3 to 5. Really Are You Kidding Me is 5 to 2. And Section Line Flame, 3 to 2. So they're calling for 2, 3, 1, just for fun. They're moving in behind the gate. In less than 1 minute and 59 seconds, we will know who takes this purse of $6,510. The gate moves around. The paddock turn.
They're off and pacing. Really, are you kidding me on the inside? Trying for the lead. Ma Honey wants the top two as they move around the turn. Section Line Flame is in third as they will move on into the backstretch, and Drew Neal trying to drive on with Ma Honey. On the inside is a Really Are You Kidding Me? Wants no part of giving it up here. Drew Neal wants to go. Dan Venier, he said no as they go to the opening quarter. And with the lead, Really Are You Kidding Me? Opening fraction 27-4. Blazing opening fraction here. Really Are You Kidding Me? On the outside, Ma Honey. Over there next is Section Line Flame as they will circle the turn and drive down here to the half. Really Are You Kidding Me? Has now finally an uncontested lead. Ma Honey, she was used real hard, real early. Then it's Section Line Flame as they pace here by the half. Really Are You Kidding Me? She gets them there in 59 seconds. Now to the outside, Section Line Flame is trying her bid as they move around the turn to the backstretch. Section Line Flame on the outside, shoved ahead on top. Really Are You Kidding Me is battling at the rail. No rest for this one as they move on up the backstretch to 3/4. And Really Are You Kidding Me trying to answer this challenge too. On the outside, Section Line Flame. Ma Honey, she was burnt to a crisp early on. 3/4, 128-4. They'll pace the turn, they'll head for home, and Really Are You Kidding Me? Section Line Flame, she's harder to shake than your mother-in-law. They come to the top of the stretch, they turn for home. Really Are You Kidding Me? Section Line Flame on the outside. Really Are You Kidding Me? Section Line Flame. Really Are You Kidding Me? Section Line Flame. Really Are You Kidding Me? She earned this one. Section Line Flame was second. Ma Honey was third. 159-3.
She was taking no prisoners. She wasn't joking around. She was dead serious. Really Are You Kidding Me? Mile 59-3 for a 3-horse race. You got every panel was challenged. There was no let up. That was a great race. And Dan Venier took his homebred. He owns her, trains and driver. Dan Venier, a young 62 years old. That is Really Are You Kidding Me? 11th win in 26 lifetime starts. Now has pushed her earnings over the 53,000. Unofficial 132. Really Are You Kidding Me? Section Line Flame and Ma Honey. That first quarter in 27-4. That takes a sting out of a lot of horses. Dan Venier in the sulky.
Coming back in front of the stands, taking all the heat to still be standing in the end, the one really, are you kidding me? A 3-year-old brown filly by Racing Hill. At a Brillo Camarillo by Mach 3. Owned, trained, and driven by Daniel Venier of Pemberville, Ohio. Time of the mile 1:59 and 3. This one sponsored by Otten Racing. Really, are you kidding me? Was the winner. Ma Honey third. Section Line Flame second. 1, 3, 2 on the bottom. 27 and 4. 59. 128 and 4. 159 and 3.
Tell you, just to see the enthusiasm coming down there, it's like you get that's your own homebred, and you get down to the winner's circle, and that is what it's all about. Final time 159 and 3. Really? Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. The winner here at Mount Gilead. That's the 7th. This is the last day of the race of the race meet here at Mount Gilead is coming up with his free-for-all trot, Steve High Memorial Trot. There's 4 in it. We shall go over them as we return from these few messages.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
We're back. Just looking over this field. Nice little 4-horse field for the Steve High Memorial Trot. Steve High, I believe, was from Cardington, or was he? Was right down Cardington, which is just down the road a piece. In fact, Mount Gilead was going to have a railroad line coming through here, probably when they first put the railroad through, but they voted they didn't want it, and they sent it down to Cardington, and eventually Mount Gilead got their own railroad line, but it took like 20 years, and so it's always been a competition between Cardington and Mount Gilead. And this here is Steve High Memorial from Cardington. And there's number 1 is Long Tom Jess. This is Rosie Weaver trainee, owned by Joe Yoda of Millersburg. This is a Long Tom 5-year-old out of She's a Jessie by Shalehouse Jessie. Drew Neal is in the sulky. Buckeye Classic yearling sale of $14,000. Made $28,000 this year. 5 wins and 15 starts. Lifetime, 14 wins and 68 starts, $120,000. Mark of 54 and 3 at Northfield. Coming off a win at Northfield, and 58-3 by a nose. Number 2, TT's Isobar. Henry Beachy owned and trained and driven. 66 years old. You don't get old in harness racing, you just slowly fade away. But this is a 6-year-old chestnut gelding by striking photos out of TT's Tata Chip by Jailhouse Jesse. And 21 starts this year, 1 win, 1 second, 9,900 mark of 59-2 at Northfield. Lifetime, 68 starts, 2 wins, 5 seconds, 27,000. Been racing up at Northfield, and the non-winners are 4, trotting right around 2 minutes. Number 3 is Nola Christian. Tom Casey owned, trained, and bred. And a 3-year-old filly by Storm and Norman out of Feel LA by Feel Like Winner. This is 1 start this year, 1 win. That was at Hicksfield. This is a youngster. And she's been racing down at... Is that I do not know. It's been racing out of state. I can make that for sure. But does have 8 lifetime starts, 4 wins, 1 second, 1 third, 14,000. This was the first start this year. We're qualified at Spring Garden. First start was on the 20th of this month, and win it by 8 in 2-6. This is the unknown factor. You never know. This is a youngster. Number 4 is Nothing But a Dreamer. Betty Clegg trained. Kimber Clegg is the owner. 5-year-old gelding by Muscle Mass out of My Impossible Dream by Chocolatier. It's got 25 starts this year, 1 win, 1 second, 7 thirds, 25,000, mark of 56-4 at Northfield, and does have a mark of 54-2 at Plain Ridge last year. That's up in Plainville, Massachusetts. 77,000, 11 wins last year. That's a 4-year-old. Lifetime, 89 starts, 22 wins, 7 seconds, 12 thirds, $219,120 earned, mark of 53-4 at Woodbine. And that is up in Canada. So we got a good field here. They do not believe Nick Clegg is driving. I think here they are. We'll find out in the post parade. The suspense is killing me. Here is the post parade.
Here are the horses on the track for the 8th race, our 8th and final. This is the Steve High Memorial Trot, sponsored by Angela High, purse $2,200. 1 Long Tom Jess. Driver change, Joseph Yoder. 2 TT's Isobar. No Hopples, no Lasix, Henry Beachy. 3 is Nola Christian, Emmanuel Miller. And the 4, Nothing But a Dreamer. Driver change, Sam Widger in his sulky. That's the field for the 8th.
So there you go. You got Sam Widger in the sulky for number 4, Nothing But a Dreamer. Joe Yoda takes over the driving duties of Long Tom Jess. And TT's Isobar. No holes, no Lasix. No. Room for improvement. Who's this up here with no number? Oh, that's a 4. I didn't see it. It sort of blended in there. I thought that was a saddle pad. That's Nothing But a Dreamer. Okay, Betty Clegg. So we're going, is it Betty Clegg this year? Another good year. She got 495 starts, 72 wins, 53 seconds, and 80 thirds. Well, 93 seconds. So she's got a batting average of 304. And of course, Tom Casey, just new to Ohio, coming from where is that SM1? Somebody has to tell me. And I'm not connected to the Facebook internet. I'm flying blind up here, but got a batting average of 1,000 this year. So Rosie Weaver, of course, with 380. I'm trying to think, is it Steve Olford? Curly Smart, the Dean of Delaware, would have a batting average of in 400 or 500, and that was competing against the Grand Circuit, which is pretty good. They're moving in behind the gate. This is the last race of the year here in Mount Gilead. And, of course, there's still more racing we have from Caldwell and Van Wert. Tomorrow we're at Findlay and Hancock. But here's the 8th and final. The free-for-all trot from Mount Gilead.
They're off and trotting. Long Tom Jess slides right up the inside, the outside. Nola Christian as they move around the turn. Long Tom Jess on a break. Nola Christian has now taken the lead. Nothing But a Dreamer is their second. TT's Isobar back down trotting. Long Tom Jess heading on into the backstretch. Off for the first time and with the lead, Nola Christian, the 3-year-old, has taken on the old guys here today, and she leads them out there by a length and a half. In their second, Nothing But a Dreamer, the opening quarter, in 32. In their next is TT's Isobar. That quarter time was 30 2/5. And out there with the lead, it's Nola Christian. They're in second, Nothing But a Dreamer. TT's Isobar and Long Tom Jess. They travel down here to the halfway mile mark of the race, and out there with the lead, Nola Christian. Nothing But a Dreamer is in their second. TT's Isobar third. Long Tom Jess is getting closer, moving on by the half in 101 2. On into the turn they go. Long Tom Jess is still trying to catch the others. He's got a lot of work to do as they head on into the backstretch. Nola Christian with the lead. Nothing But a Dreamer second. TT's Isobar and Long Tom Jess. Off the backstretch to 3/4 they go, and out there with the lead. With them on top, it is a Nola Christian. Nothing But a Dreamer is there in second. TT's Isobar third. 3/4 and 132, moving around the final turn. Nola Christian with the lead. Nothing But a Dreamer is now looking to the outside as they come to the top of the stretch. And the 3-year-old filly is trying to see it through. It's Nola Christian on the outside. Nothing But a Dreamer. Nola Christian on the inside. Nothing But a Dreamer. Nola Christian holds on to win. Nothing But a Dreamer their second. TT's Isobar was third. Time of the mile, 2:02 and 1.
Good mile. Manny Miller in the sulky with the 3-year-old trotting filly. Congratulations to owner, trainer, and breeder Tom Casey of DeLeon Springs, Florida, down there at Spring Garden, I believe. So, final was 3:42, mile in 2:2 and 1, unofficial in the last half in 1 minute and 4/5. Nice 3-year-old trotting filly to take on the boys like she did, and right at the head of the lane when Nothing But a Dreamer came out and challenged her, and she opened up. She's still coming back. She's trucking back to the winner's circle. That's Nothing But a Dreamer, that is. Sam Widger in the sulky. That Indiana boy. Sam Widger. Good for a final race of the day. Excellent mile. Congratulations. I want to take this time just before we sign off here. You got to made all our track help here. The presiding judge was Ryan Ratliff.
Billy by Stormin Norman out of Feel LA. I Feel Like a Winner. Owned and trained by Thomas Casey of De Leon Springs, Florida. Emmanuel Miller, the winning driver for Manny Miller, a double on the card. 202 and 1. This the Steve High Memorial Trot, sponsored by Angela High. Long Tom Jess was fourth. TT's Isobar third. Nola Christian the winner. Nothing But a Dreamer second. 4, 3, 1, 2 on the bottom. 30 and 2/5. 101 and 2. 132, 202 and 1.
With that was a good mile. Ryan Ratliff was our presiding judge. Pam Weller, clerk charter. Photo finish was Lynn Scott Photo. Photographers Mary Randall and Mike Woodgard, the starter. Ayers Ratliff was the announcer. Speed superintendent of Rob Howard. Congratulations and job well done to the track crew. They did a great job. Have the track, good miles all around, new lifetime marks. We are going to be going up to Caldwell tonight. I won't, but the crew is. Tomorrow we're at Findlay. We're also we're all over the place. Richwood is tomorrow again in the morning. And I think that shall be Canton. We're at Canton tomorrow, too. And tomorrow. No, it's all done? Oh, doubleheader. That's what it is, right. So that's 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock. They should be going there. Thank you. And then, again, Findlay. So we are all over like Oakwood pollen, I guess you can call it, or Buckeye pollen. On behalf of Steve Taylor, and I'm Tom Pye, the harness guy, the entire crew of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, I want to thank you for joining us, and we shall see you at a fair.